All right, let's summarize what happened today. Yesterday we had the FOMC minutes um, at 2 o'clock, and this was one of these events very similar to a FOMC meetings, where they'll take this opportunity to either hijack it to the upside, like the last meeting, where we saw this wicked, push toward the high, to the high of the day on closure. This was the opposite. The shorts were able to hijack it and results in, or the hedge funds results in essentially the low of the day. I try to bottom time. I try to get in one of these guys. Maybe it's this one. Maybe it's this one. I missed it, and that one results in a loss of 2K. Um, Really a um, stupid decision to do that. Obviously, because I was just being complacent and not really reading the technical correctly. Because if you read the puts, like I mentioned, a lot of time the signals are right there for you to see exactly what type of setup was gonna run today, or for the day. And this is of course yesterday. Had you got in during this initial volume run up, you would have made a lot of money. If you didn't get the initial run up, you have other opportunity like this, the retracement right here, or right here. So any of the 3 points was sufficient, and it would guarantee you to make ample amount of profits had you chose to read, or had you read the technical correctly. But regardless, so that was a huge, pretty much a F, below an F. Well, the F is the lowest, I think. It was a failing grade yesterday. It was essentially just, I don't know, being under the weather, not feeling well, and being complacent. So yeah, 1300 lost yesterday. Today, right now, profits at 6,600, but taking away this 4,200, which is one leg of the straddle, only made around 2,400, so to speak. So those 2,400s were pretty much from, well, here it is, from buying the call options. I did not trade Tesla at all. And let's take a look at Tesla real quick. So this chart was definitely difficult to. I mean, I don't know if it's difficult. They're both very similar. It's just you have what we call a technical range. So all day long, I was just scalping. Essentially, I was just scalping. The target choice was this 3250 call option, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the 3250 call option. This guy. Now this 3260 call option had more volume, but I didn't like the price. Right, the price was in the 20. This 3250, the price was more of my liking. So if you look at this guy, the range pretty much will 40, upper range of about 40, lower range about 31. So during this point, a lot of my selling price were above, yeah, toward like here you can see, like I was pretty much scalping, right? All along the way, I was just scalping, you know, the cost, sell the close would be this guy. So pretty much picking, one to two points along the way doing in this small range, and they added up quite a bit. As you can see, they added up to 1,600. Um, January to, I guess these were also, um, yeah, these are also the call option that I during the morning, I guess, for these two guys. Then I switched to this one, and I had one Google put option that I sold, and I bought to cover that one. And of course, this is a straddle um, that I cover, hoping for an upside for tomorrow. So now as I'm looking at this, it's really difficult to read one way or the other. Um, None of the volume are telling you that there are sufficient one way or the other. There's ample volume on the put side, on the put options, and this one, well, in the 3250, there are decent amount of put options. Let me go ahead and pull up the TD Ameritrade um, apps and look at the volume, or look at the ratio of the puts to the call option, so I can determine um, if there are, how much more call option are there than put option. But in the January 14th, I'm also looking for that signature of a block selling or block buying. Here, let me take a look. Amazon, yeah, 144 call option to 110 put option. So that's equivalent. That's not gonna tell you one way or the other whether the bias is one way or the other. Obviously, right now it's still down. Um, I don't think there's any block right here. There isn't. That's not a block. Maybe this guy. No, it has to be one of these higher ones. But looking at the technical right now, this is really what I'm gonna try to look at and see if there's anything I can read from this. So taking a look at this guy, yeah, that's it's you could say, I mean, the only thing I can think of if I were to look at this is to say, um, this 1 minute trend line is sort of plateauing, compared to what it was before. I mean, it is still below the 1 minute, so I'm not exactly sure if that's a good thing or not. Um, I'm just hoping for a bounce. It's really all I can say. There obviously can be, now the VIX is not doing anything, but you can say, well, this is just a consolidation and then it's going to power up. So there's a good chance of a sell-off tomorrow. As funny as that sounds, and as much as I don't want to, but there is a good chance of a sell-off. But there's also a good chance of a bounce, and then next week will be the sell-off. So we're gonna have to see what exactly. I mean, these are difficult time. I mean, today chart was extremely difficult to play, but I mean, I still made 2,000 out of it. Yesterday, should have went the opposite direction, obviously, and I would have been fine had I went the opposite direction. Overall, let's just take a look. And I'm just gonna pull up this, and maybe I'll look at the weekly. Let's take a look at that. Okay, Nasdaq. I mean, you can say, look, it's bouncing from the 100 and it's bouncing from the 20. That's the only thing you can say out of this, and you can say that the trend line is sort of it's sort of, I guess, not the trend line, the rate of change is sort of flattening out. So if the rate of change is flattening out, then maybe you have a chance of a bounce. That's the only thing I can say out of this. And the McCullough oscillator is starting to go toward flat line, which means there's an opportunity to go back up. Is really, if you want to take some optimism out of these technical charts, this bounce from the 100 is something to be optimistic about. The SPY, again, You can say it's bouncing from the 50. IWM looking still low. Financial Dow Jones, nothing there. Game is, wow, there's something here on game, and that's probably related to the squeeze. Yeah, do you see that squeeze going on with AMC? Let me see if the let me see what else is going. Um, Beyond Meat, Baba, Google. Where's Game at? Game is right here. Okay. Um, yeah. So there may be a squeeze going on, and I forget what the other two guys. These two guys right here. Where are they? Yeah, DWAC and Foon. DWAC and Foon may also be showing, and they are showing. I'm pretty sure. I know because I looked at it already. DWAC and Foon. So what's going on here? I don't know. But it is a squeeze going on. Maybe because this got close enough to the 100. Um, yeah, AMC got close to the 100. DWAC penetrated below the 50 and then bounce. So there may be news related to that. So that's that, I guess. And Amazon, I don't know, gotta wait and see. Tesla, geez, look at Tesla. It went all the way down to the 50 on this initial sell-off. That's a pretty good opportunity. I did not even realize that. I did not want to touch the morning, obviously. I did not want to get stuck in any one of these guys, but this got down to 13. So I could have had a 12 to 34. Look at that. That's a nice opportunity that I missed. Had I really wanted to gamble to play the morning, let me see, 1172, which probably would be right here. No, 10. That's 1025. So what am I looking at? Oh, right here. I would have to look at this one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, now I'm kind of kicking myself because I didn't even want to touch this morning. I purposely decided not to play the morning because I was afraid of doing one of these guys and getting caught, right? I was afraid of that. But yesterday, I got caught, and today would be the nice day to actually get this guy. Pretty good opportunity right there. But it is what it is. Yeah, kind of bummed out looking at that now. Apple, Google. Now, I did try to sell a straddle on Google. Let me show you on this period right here. Not a sell a straddle, sell a put option. And looks pretty decent, except it went all the way down here. So I was down 900, I think, out the lowest. And then so I decided to just get out. Why not? I don't want to stay. Before, I set these, you know, I don't know. I set the limit orders too far out, and I won't even get it. But I probably would have got another point. But that's okay. Who cares? I don't have to, try to get it perfect every time. Regardless, it didn't touch the VWAP. My first target here was that it'll touch the VWAP, and it didn't. And of course, it went all the way back down. So yeah, nice. Bookum, nice, meaning that I was able to get out. Shopify, this thing is just dead, like I said, right? This is classic peak to peak. So if you're a technical analysis guy, you can say this is the time to get in. The only problem is it is Shopify, and I don't know how beloved it is Shopify, because a lot of the time you see here is Zoom penetrating below the 100 and then bouncing back up before failing. So I may have to take that same approach and try to get it a little bit below, maybe 1100 area, and then hope for the bounce. Nvidia, I don't know what to say about that. Microsoft, I mean, it does look pretty bad on the negative side. Look at Humana. What the heck? What happened? I don't know. Something happened to Humana. Should I type it in? Let me see. Let me just do this guy and see if Humana comes up. Here it is. And what happened to Humana? Let me see. Tumble on pace after slashing Medicare Advantage membership growth view. Humana slash. Yeah, I guess Humana tumble. I guess they slashed their growth view on Medicare Advantage's membership. I thought Medicare Advantage was with United Health. I don't know. That's kind of weird. United Health, but maybe there is a Humana. Nope, that's not United Health. United Health, right there. They took a hit too, but yeah, I guess there is a alternative with Medicare Advantage with Humana. That's funny. I would not be touching Humana at this point. It's when you get slashed like that, it's real. This is a real loss, and I would not be touching it at this point. Netflix, I don't know what to say about that either. MicroStrategy, um, yeah, it's I don't know. Let me see. Wow, Roku is just so dead. Baba, I mean Boeing. I did get out of Boeing yesterday, so I was happy. Let me see the positive. Let's see who's this guy. CMG. Wow, oil stock is just smoking now. Wow. Crown Resource, a little bit bounce from the 100. Like I said, I wasn't gonna target it. Beyond Meat, I don't know, not touching that yet. Baba, like I said, there was an opportunity yesterday, based on what I was seeing, that there was an opportunity yesterday to get Baba. I wasn't gonna do it, but I mean, some people might have taken that risk. PayPal. Let me just sort it by market cap. See if there's anything. Just go through these charts. Let me put up the weekly again. Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Google. Oh man, they all look so bad. It does look scary out there. I mean, I hate to jump the gun and say that a sell-off is coming, but it does kind of look like, if there's going to be a sell-off, I think the opportunity is there. I think the shorts are kind of like trying to pounce on I guess a wounded goat. Oh, no, not a goat. A wounded animal, I guess. Um, these guys just don't look all that strong. They all look weak. Like there's a lot of weak hens on here. And the algorithms are starting to see it. Oil stocks are the only one that's really taking a jump. Look at that. I mean, holy smoke. I had no idea oil was going to jump like that. Essentially, I mean, that's really all you can say. Yeah, I don't know. How many times does it test the 20-week? How many times can it test the 20-week moving average and bounce? Not forever is all I can say. Right? That was not a good thing to do. But you can look at this clearly. And you can say it tested the 20-week for a very long time. Let me see, yeah, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh man. The thing is, this does look different too. This pattern looks different than all of these tests of the 20. Like all these tests of the 20s week. Pull this up real quick. Make sure I document this because it does look different to me, at least. Let me see. I'm gonna use a yellow pen. Let me see. Let me use a. I'm gonna use a. I'm just gonna use the blue pen. You can see this guy looks like that. 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 And then this one looks different. This is looking different. This is definitely not looking good. You know, all these bounce. I mean, even this, I don't know. It's just looking different. This rate of increase is, yeah, this rate of increase, it's this holding period that is kind of getting me right here. That is really getting to me. And then it's the new year, so I don't know. I think there's a good chance of a sell-off tomorrow. That's gonna be bad. That is going to be bad. I think what they will attempt it tomorrow. Especially with the VIX. I mean, right now you can see the VXX. Where's the VXX? Let me look at this volume on this guy. Look at that. These two volumes right here. It's showing something. So maybe this guy will skyrocket tomorrow. It is option expiration, but option expiration doesn't really mean everything if they want to take. Look at the puts on the QQQ. Holy smokes. There's 1,300,000 puts versus 850 call option. This is not looking good. There's 300 puts on the SPY versus 2 million call options. Yeah, the Tesla has 1 million call versus 800 puts. The individual stocks still show more call options than put options, but that is not going to mean much. If I'm missing something, Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft is still heavier. Facebook, Nvidia. It's interesting how the individual stocks always have more call options than put options. Let me see Google L 32, Shopify 35, IWM. Yeah, there's more put. So every one of these indexes, the QQQ, the SPYs, the IWM, the DIA, 61 puts. No one plays the DIA, but the QQQ and the SPY are showing much more puts than call options. So that is definitely something. January 7th, is that expiration tomorrow? Yeah. Why do they say there's so many? Um, mm, I guess if I were to look at this, I guess it's this guy that have so many puts. I don't know. It doesn't look that much. Look at the SPY. Maybe it's the SPY that's really gonna show something. 200. It's gotta be this guy. Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Look at that. Look at that. That is definitely smoking. That is definitely smoking. So people are actually loading up on this one, which is why there's a very good chance of a sell-off tomorrow because January 7th, option expiration. January 10th, I don't think has anything. It's 42, but then there's 36 and 18 here. 33 and 18. Yeah, I still have more put options on January 10th. But it's really this guy that is showing a signal. So I think what I'm thinking is that it may be a gap up tomorrow, an initial attempt of a push. So if I were to guess, it'll gap. Let me see if there's any news tomorrow related to market data. You see, January has the non-farm payroll, the unemployment rate. I don't know if these numbers are gonna mean much, but they can use them to hijack them in. Initially, let's just say there's good numbers, so it's gonna gap up. Maybe an initial push to this 5 minute is what I would think, and then once it reaches the 5 minute, it's gonna crater. Um, so my thinking it'll probably. I'll use a different this 5 minutes right here. So it'll go something like this, and then bam. That's the initial first leg one down. Now, whether they do that successful 3 legs, I don't know. Probably, I'm not going to bet on it, but I am going to say this first leg will happen. And whether they bounce back or they do this, I don't know. But this is what I am going to anticipate playing tomorrow. And if I were to do it, I would say maybe Tesla. Some of these puts. I will have to sell a call option on Amazon to balance out my straddle since I need to balance out that straddle. So hopefully, we can get an initial squeeze on Amazon up to this level, and then I gotta sell that call option, one of these call options, for next to balance out that straddle that I closed one leg. Tesla, I'm thinking maybe this guy looks decent. This put right here is what I'm thinking. And if I were to sell a call option, I'll probably sell a call option. Maybe this guy right here on that initial run up or initial right here. I would sell this one anywhere up here. Um, how high did it go to? Wow, did it really go up that high? 58? When did that happen? Oh, right here. Oh, wow. Yeah, right here. I did not even try to gamble that. But it may retest this guy, meaning it may just like, yeah, break above a little bit, just like this guy, maybe right here. So maybe it'll test like right here, and then that's where I'm going to sell it at 58, 59, 58, 50, 58 something, 58.67 is what I'm thinking. So that is what I would be playing. Is hopefully the initial up, and then I'm going to play for the downside. All because the indexes are showing so many. It's really just this SPY right here, I guess. All because of this guy. This guy right here. This consistent volume that's coming in right here. 200,000 of this put. This is really the reason why. And you say, well, this is 200. I don't know. This guy is too small. This is much bigger. This is 1.5. And then they got this one 133 at 1.1. So, if you look at this, the same price range, which is about this guy right here, 133, 134, and 198. Who knows? It is, I mean, it's really reporting on the TD Ameritrade. It's reporting 2 million puts, 3 million puts, I'm sorry, 3 million puts versus 2 million call options. And then on the QQQ is 1.3 million puts versus 850 call options. So that's all I really have, and that is going to be my play for tomorrow, for Friday option expiration, first week of January.